Nebraska's monumental recruiting weekend just keeps getting bigger. The Huskers had a surprise visitor today that nobody was expecting. The number one tight end in the country, 5-star Ahmad Hudson. So in today's video, I'm going to give you every detail you need to know. Who is this guy? Spoiler alert, he plays multiple sports. His interest in Nebraska, will he end up committing, and everything else you need to know. So really quick, big time update. Hit that like button if you're fired up, because I know I am. And also, if you support what I'm doing here, daily Husker football content, recruiting updates just like this, spring practice updates you can't get anywhere else. I have a big one coming tomorrow. Please hit that subscribe button to stay in tune with your favorite team. Once again, hit that subscribe button. Thank you so much. But without further ado, let's get into it. Nebraska has had a huge recruiting weekend over the past couple days, hosting some of their top targets in both the 2026 and the 2027 recruiting class. But it was announced this morning that a surprise visitor made his way to campus. Big time name, the number one tight end in the class of 2027, Ahmad Hudson, according to 24/7 Sports Composite. 5-star prospect in the 5th best prospect in his class, period. Absolute freak athlete, listed at 6'6", 230 pounds. We talk all the time about having a vertical threat at that tight end spot, a guy who can stretch the field, a guy who has incredible length, incredible speed, has an NFL upside. That's what you get here with Ahmad Hudson. I mean, he checks every single box, has almost every single offer you can imagine. He's been visiting a bunch of schools recently, but it really shows you that Nebraska's been going to work behind the scenes to get him to visit this weekend. He's been really impressed, posting about it on social media. So looks like the Huskers are leaving a lasting impression on his mind. Now, LSU right now is the favorite in this recruiting process, but Ahmad Hudson, just a phenomenal prospect. And I want to show you something. Not only is this guy a 5-star tight end in the class of 2027, but he is also a 3-star basketball recruit, has a bunch of offers. He plays power forward, again, 6'6", so really good size. He has offers from LSU, Nebraska basketball, Purdue basketball. So not only is he a really good football prospect, but he's trying to play 2 sports in college. So would absolutely watch out for this name. Just incredible athlete. That's why he's interested in Nebraska, because if he comes here, he knows he can play 2 sports. So would watch out for Ahmad Hudson. And I know a lot of people are going to ask or say, oh, he's 2027. He's such a far ways away. He really isn't, okay? And you know what's been impressive about Nebraska this weekend? They hosted the number 1 quarterback in the country in the class of 2027, Trey Taylor. They're going to have the number 2 running back in the class of 2027 on campus very soon, Noah Roberts. They're now hosting the number 1 tight end, the number 1 offensive tackle, the number 1 interior offensive lineman, and that just goes down the list. Okay, they have hosted multiple 5-star prospects in the class of 2027 this weekend. That is very important, and this guy just absolutely tops off. He's probably the best of the bunch. A guy who can play 2 sports, help us in multiple aspects, and would overall just be a blue chip prospect. So big time news that he's visiting Nebraska. Again, Ahmad Hudson coming out of Louisiana. Not just a freak athlete. Okay, you want a guy who can stretch the field. You want a guy, who is a quarterback's best friend and can also light it up the floor for you on basketball night. Well, in Pinnacle Bank Arena, man. Get a guy like him. I don't care what it takes. Let's get the NIL going. But Ahmad Hudson is visiting Nebraska right now. That will pretty much cap off the Huskers' big recruiting weekend. They had a bunch of big-time prospects. Titan Davis right now is on campus, the number 1 target in the 2026 class on that defensive line. A couple corners on campus. So, again, huge recruiting weekend for the Huskers. They're going to work. No practice today, so I wanted to let you guys know about that. All right, guys, I have a massive spring practice update coming tomorrow, so make sure to subscribe for that. Again, hit that like button, put notifications on if you haven't already. I don't really talk about that, but put notifications on. Let me know your thoughts down below about Nebraska's recruiting weekend, the guys you want. Things are looking good for Trey Taylor and a couple others, so let me know your thoughts down below. Absolutely want to hear what you say. All right, guys, let me know your thoughts down below. Hit the like button and subscribe. As always, folks, go my rope. See you in the next one.